guys, my name is Bethany Herway and I'm the Glamorous Housewife. Today I'm going to show you how to make this fresh, gorgeous tomato, corn, and basil salad. That's coming up next here on the Glamorous Housewife. Now that we're in the thick of summer, the produce that is most plentiful right now is corn, tomatoes, and basil. And those are the three major components of this quick and easy salad that I'm going to make for you right now. Now, as I said before, it's very simple because it's comprised of these ingredients that are at the peak of their most delicious, and the flavors of the components are really going to come through in this salad. Now, I got the idea from this salad from the glamorous Barefoot Contessa, and she has a corn salad that's basically just corn, red onions, and basil. And I've made it and it's delicious, but I found the onions to be a little overpowering, so I have omitted them from this version. And if you really want that kind of bite that the onion's going to give you, I would say use a shallot. I think they have less harshness to them, a little bit sweeter, and they're a little bit lighter and would be perfect for this salad. I personally think that it doesn't need it, so I don't bother to put any onion-like flavoring into the salad. So as you can see, I am cutting the corn off the cob. I've boiled it for about 2 to 3 minutes just to get it goes from sort of a pale yellow to a much brighter color, and then I let it cool down so that I can hold it. Now, if you notice, I've got the corn with the stem end down and the pointy top end up. I found this is the best way to keep the corn from shooting all over the place. You'll also notice that I've got it angled. Instead of it being like this, it kind of gives more, the corn spreads out. So I put it on the diagonal, and the corn just drops right where it's supposed to go onto this dish towel that I have here, which I will then pour into the bowl. And that keeps my workstation neat and clean and is an easy way to cut corn off the cob. Okay, there we go. So, here we go. Voila, you've got your corn right off the cob. Now to this, we are going to add, I have cherry tomatoes here because they're delicious, easy, and I've just cut them all right in half. And just put it in. I'm not a huge fresh tomato lover unless it's in a salsa, so I put in about that much. So it's about, I would say, 2/3 corn to 1/3 tomatoes. But if you love tomatoes, you can put them all in or whatever ratio it is you prefer. Now let's go to the basil. I am fortunate because I live in Southern California and we pretty much have basil here year-round. But just as in any other place with a gorgeous summer, the summer basil, there's just something special and so fragrant, and it's kind of got that licoricey perfume to it. I'm obsessed with basil. So I really like to put a lot of it in the salad. Now, I know there's a couple fancy ways you can do basil. One, you can tear it. That's easy, but I don't like the large pieces because I find it can be a little overpowering. So basically, I just stack up the leaves. I'm not as careful as they are on TV. Roll it, kind of like a burrito, I guess. And then I just chop it off into ribbons. This is also known as chiffoning. And I take it and sprinkle it all over my salad. See? And then last but not least, it's the dressing. This is super easy. All you need are a few tablespoons of olive oil, or whatever oil you prefer, a few tablespoons of a plain vinegar. I like to use either a rice wine vinegar or an apple cider vinegar. I think both of them have, the apple cider is a little bit more pungent. It's got a little bit more of an acid to it, and then has a sweet undertone. It's the opposite in the rice wine. It's got a sweet overtone and then the acidic undertone. It just depends on what mood I'm in. Don't forget your salt. I use the plain kosher salt for the majority of it. A lot of pepper, because pepper and corn go really well together. It's like the perfect pairing. And then right before I toss and serve, I use a little of this pink salt. It's pink Himalayan salt that I get at Trader Joe's, and it gives that restaurant quality flavor. I don't know if you've ever been to somebody's house and you've been like, oh, this is delicious. The two things that I think are secret are shallots, that makes it taste like a restaurant, and the Himalayan or any kind of special sea salt. Then I toss to combine and I serve. Oh, are you guys still here? Sorry about that. I was just so excited about my salad. It's what I'm gonna have for lunch. I'm starving. Actually, this is good because I have a few things I forgot to mention. The first is this whole salad can be pre-made ahead of time. All you have to do is make the separate ingredients. You know, you've got your corn, you boil it, you cut it off the corn, you put it in plastic and put it in the refrigerator along with the tomatoes ahead of time. Then right before you're going to serve it, you need to cut the basil and dress it. Be sure not to cut the basil ahead of time because when it's exposed to air, the edges turn black. So do that as close to serving time as possible. The second thing I wanted to tell you is this is a great salad to make for a crowd, only instead of using fresh corn, just use defrosted frozen corn. It isn't quite as good, but I've had it before, I've served it to people, and I get just as many raves whether I use fresh or frozen. And last, I do want to remind you that I have a weekly newsletter that has a private video that I put up every Friday, and the only way you can see those videos is if you subscribe to my newsletter. Thank you guys so much for watching me, Bethany, the Glamorous Housewife, and I'll see you ladies next time. Thanks!